everyone, welcome to the Knitting Project. My name is Sharon and I'm coming to you from Surrey in the UK, where I live with my family and my animals. Today is Tuesday the 29th of March 2022 and this is episode 126. Welcome if you are a new viewer, welcome back if you're a returning viewer. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for bearing with me during the break from last week. So we are going to try and go fortnightly for the next few weeks until after my oldest daughter's wedding, which is at the end of April, because there's a lot to do. Right, apparently having breaks is a good thing because I have got so many projects to show you, and there's probably a story behind each one, so settle down with a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or glass of wine if it's the evening, your favourite knitting project, and kind of join me for a mammoth episode today because I've got so much to show you. I think I'm probably going to kind of gloss over the details today and I'll show you more in depth next time, because I'm not too sure which ones of these projects I'm actually going to settle on for the rotation, but all will be revealed as we go through. So our first section is admin. And we have two knit alongs. We have the shawl along, which is coming to an end and will have ended by the time you see this episode, so thank you so much for joining in with that. We've got the square a day cowl, which also has a check-in by the end of this episode. I don't know what knit along I'm doing for the next. Ali, did we decide it was going to be summer or sunshine, something like that? Hopefully Ali will remember and remind me. We came up with something for the next quarter. Yeah, so I will draw prizes. For those of you that are waiting for previous prizes, I have been waiting for somebody to get back to me about one of the prizes who hasn't. So I'm going to redraw that prize with the other prizes and then hopefully get them all out at the week after next. So apologies if you're waiting for a prize. I just wanted to try and get it all done in one go. So day one is socks. My first one is hanging out in my Elderflower Stitches bag. You've seen these ones before, and these are the Cliff Walk socks. I think they're called the Cliff Walk socks. Yeah, Cliff Walk socks. There we go. They are by Curious Handmade, and they are from one of the sock societies. I am doing shorty socks, so I have only done a very short leg on mine, but they're so pretty. And I was on the I just cast on the rib the last time you saw these, so I've done the leg and I'm guessing I've turned the heel. I do a little garter stitch heel turn on mine because it's nice and squidgy when you stand on it. So I have made some progress on those, and this lovely yarn is Dandelion and Dogwood in her Merry Christmas colourway, but I think it actually looks quite springy too, so I'm going to use these as spring socks, and I love these socks. I'm using Chalgoo needles for these, so that's that one. That's the cake of yarn. It's very pretty. So I'm not going to dwell on those ones too much because I know you saw them in last week's episode, or the last episode, not last week's episode. So that's that one. Then my new cast-ons are, the first one is this one, which is also an Elderflower Stitches bag, and I cast this on for EAYF, which is the East Anglia Yarn Festival, which is run by my lovely friend Laura, who is the Lonely Knitter, who I don't think can really use that name after the weekend, if I'm honest. So I cast these on to knit as my booth socks. So this is her lovely Earth Day colourway, which is such a pretty colourway. So I cast these on so that I could knit them on the booth. As you can see, I didn't. Number one, I was too busy chatting, which was fantastic, and if you came to say hello while I was on the store, thank you so much. It was lovely to see everybody. I had such a great time. So that was number one. But number two, Laura had this amazing new product, which basically are needle stoppers, and we wanted to demonstrate it, so I bought a couple of sets and stuck it on the end of my needle, so it was used as the display sample. So they are fab. They are really good. I don't know whether Laura will have them in her shop, but they are brilliant. So it didn't really get used getting it on, so that's the lovely colourway. But I'm going to work my way through them and make some shorty socks with these again for the summer, because I just think it's beautiful. So that's that one. So hopefully you'll see a bit more of progress on that next week. And then last but not least is my spring equinox sock set from Sherry Iris, and that's hanging out in this beautiful bag. So this is from the kit, so hopefully you've opened yours and have started using it now. And I am knitting these concurrently, but I didn't take them away with me, so I've only got the first two colours in. So that was the first one, and that's the second one, that beautiful pink and the green, and I have got 2 sets of those. So I've started with just with a 2x2 rib at the top there, and then I'm going into plain vanilla scrappy socks. I'm probably going to keep these as shorties as well, because I think there's only 7 minis, so I might as well make shorties out of these. I'm doing 8 rows of each colour. So I'm going to hopefully catch up a little bit on that. They come in these beautiful little bags. Aren't they pretty? And then there's a little story from Foxglove Wood, which is Sherry's little universe that she likes to play in from time to time, and writes the cutest stories. So yeah, that's where I am with those. It's escaped from its little pouch. So they're my socks. So that's my day one is socks, and as you can see, there is a few. I also need to get a little bit caught up on a couple of them, but we will see. As I said, I might settle on one and get one finished and then do the next and do the next, but for the moment I have worked on all 3, so they all 3 get some time in the sun. So that's day 1. So day 2 is shawl day, and I had finished my brioche adventure wrap. You saw that last week. Last time, I keep saying last week, last time. I haven't blocked that yet, so I haven't got that to show you blocked, but I picked up my Kilarny scarf. Now the Kilarny scarf is the most beautiful, exquisite pattern by Amy Lauder of A Little Tayloress. I picked it up, I knit it, and then I decided there is no way I was ever going to finish it. It's beautiful, but it's just too much lace work for my taste, and I love her yarn. I loved how I'd knitted it. I didn't want to frog it, so I grafted the ends together and I've made it into a cowl, and I think you'll agree it's the most beautiful cowl. I love it, and I know I will wear this loads. So it's fingering and mohair held double, and this is her advent calendar from 2020. I love it. You've got this beautiful lace, so if I take it off I can show you how I've done it. So where's the beginning of the cowl? Where's the beginning of the cowl? There we go, that's where I've grafted it together. So that's the beginning there. So I knit the panel from there to there, and then you go into a plainer panel at the back. So in actual fact, the way it's worked out, I've got this lovely plain panel, or plainer panel at the back, which is that, do you remember I had that great big yellow patch I wasn't so keen on? It kind of works quite well as the cowl because it's very much in the middle at the back. So yeah, that's the back of the cowl. I just grafted my edges together there and popped it over my head, and I'm like, oh, I love it. I absolutely adore this, absolutely adore it. So much happier with it as a cowl. Cast it off, calling it a finished object. I may block it, I may not. It's so lovely anyway. I'm not sure it needs blocking, if I'm honest. But isn't it pretty? And her advent is absolutely gorgeous. It really is. I love it. And this was held with a strand of Rowan Kid Silk Haze in just the plain white colourway. So we're calling that a finished object. It's done. That was the Kilarny now Cowl, made from the Kilarny scarf pattern. Next up is the new castle. Laura, who is the dyer behind Bumbling Yarns, and whose stall I was looking after. Let's have a look. Here we go. Has a new yarn base at the moment. So it's Bumbling Yarns, and it's 70% superwash merino, 30% silk, and it is a single. So this colour is buttery. I've got the ball band for the other one. I don't know where that's gone. I have not got the ball band for the other one. So that's buttery. So this is an EAYF purchase. And then this is the other one. I don't know what the colourway name is for that. And there's a few pinks. So if you're interested as to which colour this is of hers, let me know and I'll find out from Laura. And it's really pretty. It's really pretty pale pink. And I decided that I wanted to do a shawl with the two colours held together. And I'm nothing if not a project repeater. Do you remember when I did the Rune shawl? Well, I didn't keep the Rune shawl because it was a sample for Laura. So I thought I'd make myself a Rune shawl in this beautiful yarn. And because it's silk and it's a single, it positively glows. It's going to be so pretty just to have down the caravan of an evening in the summer, just to throw around your neck, just to keep you a bit warmer. Maybe over your knees if it's a bit chilly. It's just beautiful. So the Rune shawl is a pattern from the Shawl Society by Curious Handmade. I have got quite a few of the Shawl Society shawls, and there's quite a few I haven't made, although this one I'm now making twice. But it's relatively a quick pattern. This is a good, this is a quick knit if you need a quick birthday present or Christmas present. This is a lovely, and it's a lovely shawl when you've finished. It blocks out huge. So there is a bit of interest in the middle. There is this pattern there. Otherwise it's kind of just garter, and you change colour every now and then. And I love it. And that little stitch marker is also a purchase from EAYF. That was from the Corner of Craft, and this was her Cherry Blossom, which is so pretty. That one is a, I'm fairly certain it is a So Sweet Violet one from a couple of years ago. So yeah, that's the pattern I am doing. I can't show you the pattern because it's on my, because I couldn't print it out, it is on my Knit Companion app. So I haven't got a picture of it. And then it's living in this little tote bag. Now Laura had these for sale at AEYF, and they're such great size. So it's this little tote bag, but because it's a box bag, it's a massive inside. You can eat, well, as you can see, those two have got lost in there. At one point I had 6 skeins in here because I had made some purchases and they all fit in there. My lovely daughter Meg was with me at the show. If you said hello to her, thank you very much. She bought me that pin that says knitter, so I've popped that on there. Isn't that lovely? So that's my other shawl project. When I say other shawl project, that is the only shawl project I am actually knitting on. This was made by my lovely friend Ali for my birthday. Isn't that amazing? It's a DPN cozy, perfect size. So yeah, that's my only shawl project, so that will be something I work on. So that's day 2 shawl day. So day 3 is garment day, and the eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed I am wearing my Felix. So my Felix is done. I haven't blocked it. It is alpaca acrylic cross, so I'm thinking I'll probably steam block it. But I may not even bother blocking it. It's sitting really nicely, if I'm honest. I love the details down the raglans, which are backwards and the back and front. I did no decreases in the sleeve, decreased rapidly on the cuff. The only thing I would possibly block is the sleeves because I'd like them a bit longer. but equally I didn't want to knit them too long because I know alpaca tends to grow. So at the moment we're happy. This yarn is beautiful. It's so warm. I am, especially when I put the cowl on as well. I'm absolutely roasting right now. So I can just stand around the back there. I know you can't see the bottom. Hold on. Can we? Yeah, there we go. So it's just got a plain rib at the bottom. And I love it. It's really nice. It's lovely and warm. And was a joy to knit. I recommend the pattern. It's an Aran weight. The yarn is James Seabrett Aztec Aran. And the colourway number, I can't remember, but I've said it loads of times before, so I'm sure you can go back and look it up. If not, I think it might actually even be in the show notes. Which reminds me, show notes are in the drop down box underneath this episode. If you can access it via a computer, you should be able to read them. But yeah, I love this. I'm thinking I might just keep it down the caravan for those times when it's cold in the summer and I've forgotten to bring a jumper with me, but to be honest, it's so warm. I might just keep it here too. So that was my finished object. Other garments I've worked on include my Sherry Iris EDT, which the ED is a t-shirt pattern by Isabel Kramer, and that's sort of a half picture of it. Mine kind of uses the numbers for that and then goes off on its own direction. I'm going to put lace on the sleeves and on the bottom, and I'm fading it in with different colours. So I haven't quite joined in. Have I left this in the middle? I have. I've left this in the middle of a row. Smooth. So the last time you saw this, which I have no idea when that was, I was where is it? Where that little stitch marker is. So I was there. So I have done quite a few, and there's over 300 stitches or 400 stitches at the moment on this, between all of the, oh no, because there's 200 on just on front and back, probably over 500 stitches at the moment. So it's fingering weight, so it's taking a little while. I think I've got a couple more rows before I can split for the sleeves. So that's my first colour, which is that one there. I don't know whether I've got the ball bands and can tell you what the colourway names are for this. I know I used to. So this was the Foxglove Wood Sock Club for June. So that's what that one was. Then I've got one of these is In My Garden. And one of these is A Prettyish Kind of Wilderness, which I think is that one, and I think that one's In My Garden. So I'm going to fade into this one next, and then that one's going to be my lace and my bottom. So really pleased with those. So I picked that up, worked on that, did quite a bit on that. Had to work out my numbers again because somehow I'd gone wrong. So I had to sit there and work those all out, but it's all correct now. And it wasn't a serious amount of wrong either, which is good. So that was that one, and that's living in a Sherry Iris project bag. And then I've got a new cast on, which is kind of the thing that got all my love. So I am making another Whitmore cardigan by Amy Loudon, who is Tayloress Studio, and I'm using the rest of her advent from the Kilarny. So I had some leftover balls, which Needle Cozy from So Sweet Violet. I had some leftover balls from the Kilarny, so I've used them first before I started using my full skeins. When I say full skeins, you know, full minis. So that's the yarn. Oops, I've got all of this yarn in here that I'm yet to start. And then This is in a bucket bag that Paula, stitched by Mrs. D, kindly gave me for my birthday, which I love. And yeah, I've got all of these minis to put in it, and I've got a load of Kid Silk Haze in their white colourway, which is number 612. So that's Rowan Kid Silk Haze in 612. And this is how it's looking. I haven't split for the sleeves yet. I'm doing the middle size, which is, let's have a quick look, 2XL I think I'm doing, because I'd like it quite big. And then this is how it's looking. So this is the start of it. I'm using it obviously with the fingering weight held double with the mohair, and it's beautiful. I love it. I love how this is coming out. So I've got on the top here, because I knew I had these two yellows, I started in that paler yellow, and then I've added that one in a little bit further down. Now obviously I've got less of these minis, because these are the minis that have gone into the Kilarny Cowl. So I thought if I start off with these, the rows are shorter at the moment, so it would hopefully not look too uneven, although obviously when I go into the body the rows get shorter again, but I will then be using part of the mini for the sleeve. So I'm going to try and yarn manage it the same as I did with my Elderflower Stitches jumper. So I'm going to split my, once I've split for the sleeves, I'm going to split my 20 gram minis into 1 10 and 2 5s, and I'm going to knit the sleeves and the body concurrently, and hopefully they'll all match. That's the theory anyway. But I love this. I love how pretty it is. I'm so pleased with it. So pleased. And if I haven't got enough in the minis to finish the cardigan, I've got quite a few dandelion and dogwood skeins in this bit here that I was going to make a jumper with anyway, so I just choose one of those which is quite variegated and pop it in the bottom. I mean, I could even use the leftovers from my Merry Christmas socks, depending on how much I need. But I don't know whether I will need it. I may not. We will see. But I love it. Absolutely love it. So that's my, it's kind of got all my love at the moment. I've just added in the pink. I'm doing the pink and the white now, so it's just tiny from the purple. We're just transitioned into the pink. I'm not blending it or anything because it's got the white all the way through. I think it's kind of blendy enough, if I'm honest. And I'm just adding it all in. So that's getting a lot of my love. So as I said, that's the Whitmore cardigan by Amy Loudon, and he's getting a lot of work. That was a random cast on last week when I completely lost all my knitting mojo, and Kelly helped me get it back. Okay, so day 4, because my rotation is just 4 days at the moment, is blanket day, and I've fallen out of love with my Squirrel Village blanket. No idea why. Hopefully I'll fall back in love with it at some point in the not too far distant future. But I think the pack I've got sitting in the basket is May, so I've got a little while to fall back in love with it before I'm behind. But I picked up this blanket, which is my Northeasterly, which I haven't worked on for a couple of years, and is living in a Jilly Makes bucket. And I absolutely loved working on this. I'm doing different dyers for different sections. So here's going to be a test of who the dyers are. That I know is Sherry Iris. That I think is Hedgerow Yarns. That's Down Sheepy Lane, I think. That is most definitely Craft House Magic. That is Lay Family Yarn. that is West Green Loft yarns, and I just finished, have I finished that row? No, I haven't quite finished that row. I've got a little bit more to do. That is Giddy Yarns. So the last time you saw it, I'd done until there. Yeah, I'd done till there. So I've put all of these ones in since you last saw it. But this is another blanket I really like and would like to get finished. So I really want to work on this. Yeah. I think it was just literally a case of I picked it up, loved working on it, and then I was like, I don't want to work on West Goodall Village one anymore. So that's all the dyers. Now I do want to do a Woolly Goodness strip, but after that I think I'll just start putting in minis and just start doing it randomly. But I really feel like I want to get some of these old wits sorted and done, because they seem to have been sitting around for ages. So the Northeasterly is a pattern by the lovely Melissa, who's Shenanigans, and is there a picture? Was there a picture? I haven't really got a picture of it. There isn't a picture of it. But if you Google Northeasterly, you'll see them all over the place. It was, it still is a very popular pattern. It was a very popular pattern when it came out. Yeah, I just want to get on with mine, really. I really like it, and I guess I'm slightly fed up with having 9mm whips lying around the place. I'm trying to be a little bit more monogamous, which is not great for the podcast because it just means I only have one project to show you, which doesn't really work. But we will see. We will see. At least we're going 2 weeks at the moment. That's not so much of a problem because the chances of me sticking to the same project for 2 weeks is 0. So you'll get to see some bits and pieces. But yeah, so my Northeasterly is hanging out in there, and I really enjoyed working on that the day I worked on it. Lastly is my square a day, which you will, is hanging out in a Mrs. Brown's bag. You will have seen this. No, you will see this at the end because I squared off. But this is all hedgerow yarns. So the last time you saw this, I'd got to there. So this is a new square. That's a new square. And I've done a whole heel row. And yeah, I love it. I call it my gentle blanket because it's such gentle colours. And I love how it blends, and oh, yeah, I'm glad this is growing. Again, as far as blankets are concerned, I'd happily work on just this one exclusively, and I'm sure I will at some point. But I've really struggled with my knitting this week. Well, last week. This week's only Tuesday. I really struggled with my knitting last week. I didn't know what to work on. I didn't know what was capturing my attention. I had a small problem because a lot of my projects are at difficult stages, or are lace, or require a lot of input. So if I was going to leave the house and do some car knitting, for instance, none of them were ideal for that, so I needed something more vanilla. I had scrappy socks on the go, but obviously because they were opening packages on certain days, they weren't necessarily going to work because I only had 8 rows of each sock to do. And in actual fact, on my way down to EAYF, I knit my Whitmore. So I did manage to do that in the car, because the Whitmore, although it looks extremely complicated, yes, you've got a pattern row, but that's often intuitive, and then you haven't got a rest row because there's a pattern on the pearl rows as well. But because of how it works and where the stitch markers are, because Amy is brilliant, you can just look down and go, oh, I'm on that row, and then you can look up and keep going. So So I did manage to do some of that. I decided not even to try to do that while I was at the show. On the Saturday I was really tired by the evening. In fact, I didn't knit at all on the Saturday evening. I think it was all the chatting wore me out. As my lovely daughter says, her social battery was on completely empty. So I didn't do any knitting Saturday evening, and then Sunday I cast on the Rune shawl because I really wanted to use this beautiful new yarn from Laura, and it is gorgeous. I've also bought 2 lots of yarn from a new to me dyer. I hadn't heard of her before, but she's super sweet, really lovely, and I adore her yarn. And it's the KALS yarn, hand dyed in Cornwall. I love her labels too. Her labels are really pretty. And I've got 3 balls of this to make a mermaid crop top. I don't know who it's by, but I will give you more details as and when I cast that on. And I've got 2 balls of this, which Meg chose and bought, which I'm going to knit for her. It's a something twirl. Is it this one? It's not, is it? This is going to be, that's the mermaid crop pattern. It's a something twirl top. Again, I will give you the details when I've cast it on, but I'm going to cast this on this week and try and get this done for her. The only reason I haven't so far is that my printer ran out of paper, and I've had to wait for some paper to turn up. But yeah, I'm going to do this. So this is both KALS yarns, dyed by the lovely Hannah, who was very sweet. Yeah, so that's 2 of my AUIF purchases. I think you've probably seen all of those now, but I have got some happy mail, so we'll go into that next. So happy mail, one's going to be a live unboxing, but I bought some bits from Lay Family Yarns. So I got some mystery minis, which will be fab for heels, toes and cuffs on that side, and those 2 will probably be going to my northeasterly. In fact, they will go into my northeasterly. So I've got heels, toes and cuffs, northeasterly. I've got some Patreon minis. Thank you very much. They're very pretty. I like them. I've got to work out what I'm going to do with these Patreon minis. Maybe they should go into my northeasterly as well. I got Squirrel Villages. I'm going to go with May palette pack. So I get 10 10-gram minis, and they will go into my Squirrel Village blanket eventually. I am now thinking I may take my Squirrel Village blanket down to the caravan and leave that down there as my caravan project. Right, so live unboxing. This is a beautiful package that I have got from Elderflower Stitches, who's the lovely Susie, who was asking for testers for her new sock sack. Now, I have not opened any of this yet, so you're seeing this as I'm seeing it. It arrived just before I went away for the weekend, and I haven't had a chance to open it, so bear with me. So pretty. Oh my goodness me, this is beautiful. Right, so the part of the set that came with some yarn, and this is her Glacier Cherry colourway. I love this, it's so pretty. Oh, I see more socks being cast on in a minute. Oh dear, never mind, I need to test this, so that would be a great way to test it, would be to cast this on. And then I bought, part of the test package was one of her new and lovely interchangeable needle set tip holders, which I asked if I could have like small ones so I can use these for my sock needles, because I would really love to put all of my sock needles into one roll. So you put this in and you can roll it up. It's got a lovely little clip here with a prettiest little charm on it, and kind of progress keeper, which would be great to clip on like the keys to put your needles on. So yeah, I love that. That's really pretty, and I got to choose the fabric as well, and isn't that pretty, those big roses? Oh, that's very me. And there is a new little bag. Now this is her sock sack. Oh, it's gorgeous. So it's under the same style as her other ones, and the idea is you can get a skein of yarn in to make socks. It's got pockets in it, which is incredible. Wasn't expecting the pockets. Oh, they're lovely, and they're good size as well. So you've got a good size for scissors and like a pen pocket, and a big pocket for the notions case. That's got her label there. Oh, that's lovely, Susie. I really like this a lot. Right, so what we'll have to do is get this wound up and popped in there. Yeah, look. And that can hang out as a pair of vanilla, it's not going to be a pair of vanilla socks at all actually. That's probably going to be some very pretty lacy shorties for the summer. So yeah, I love it. Beautifully made, beautifully made. So that's my set. Thank you, Susie, it's gorgeous. That's really lovely. So yeah, sorry I've only just got around to opening it, but life overtook me, as these things do. So that's on my happy mail. So news from the knitting project. I'm just back from the East Anglia Yarn Festival, which was a huge success. Congratulations to my lovely friend Laura. It was an amazing show, and I enjoyed every moment of it. It was busy, it was very sociable. Yeah, it was fantastic. So if you get a chance to go next year, I would thoroughly recommend it. I will definitely be there. In other news, it is Katie's hen do this weekend, so that's my thing for this weekend. So when you see this on Sunday, I will be clearing up from the hen do. We're going to go away somewhere. I'm not going to say too much because, but I mean, theoretically, by the time this goes out, it'll be over and done with, so Kate will know. But knowing my luck, I'll be editing this and she'll walk in through the door. So yesterday, we had a load of the hen stuff out and about, and Kate just randomly turned up because she was between 2 appointments in Caterham, so she thought she'd call in. And it's like, you are not allowed to just call in without warning for the next week. Honestly, this child is so difficult to do a surprise for. She always, like, somehow finds out what we're up to. So yeah, I will tell you more about that next time I record. I will not be recording next Monday because I don't drink, so I won't be hungover, but I will be very tired. Brownies and guides have broken up, so it's a much easier week for me this week. And in fact, we don't go back as a family until May, because just as we go back after the Easter holidays, it's the week of the wedding, so we're not going to be going back until May. Which is a nice long break for me and the girls. I'm kind of looking forward to that. Anything else I need to tell you? There will be some vlog footage of Bella on her holiday. While I was away at the Yarn Festival, Ian went up to spend the weekend with his mum because it was Mother's Day here in the UK. And there's some video footage of Belle enjoying herself on the beach. She's an old girl, bless her, but she still managed to get her paws wet and she really enjoyed it. While we were away, Charlie, who is my middle daughter, let Spartan and Echo, our 2 rescue cats, have a run of the house, and they said hello to our 2 resident cats, who are not too impressed with the whole newcomers, but hopefully they will get used to each other before too long. Spartan, who is the black one, is super fast. He's like this black blur as he runs past you, and he's totally trying to make a break for freedom each time you open the back door, which is totally bizarre because they were house cats in their previous life. Their previous parents didn't let them out at all. So the fact this cat is trying to make a break for freedom is a real surprise, so we weren't expecting that at all. And they're really sweet, and Echo has now stopped living underneath Meg's bed and does come out and wander around the house as well, so it's been lovely seeing them out and about. Demi is still guarding me, you know, like a little tigress. and Smudge is just like, I'm done with this, and hiding as high up as she can, bless her. Bella is not taking any notice at all, but we're not 100% convinced she can see them. She's got really bad cataracts now, bless her, but she's too old to be operated on. But she mooches around quite well, although when you see the video of her running up to this other dog, obviously her nose works okay. She can smell her way. So yeah, there'll be some video footage of that. I did not take any vlog footage of AEYF, EAYF even, but there is a tiny like 10-second snippet of me showing the stall that Meg set up for Laura, and that is it. I didn't get a chance to pick up the camera at all after that, and yeah, so all that's coming at the end of this, and I think that's it for today. Sorry, it feels like it's been really rushed and I haven't gone into depth, but equally I had so many things to show you. If I went in depth into everything, I think it'd be like a 2-hour podcast. I didn't want to do that to you, and also I know that once I start working on these things, you'll get to see them week after week after week, so I don't need to go into in depth into them today. I can just gloss over what I've done today, and then hopefully we'll have a better catch up at some point. So today is shawl day, so I'm definitely going to work on my Rune shawl today. That's my theory for today. I was going to show you my little Hobonichi, wasn't I? But never mind. I've got this great big planner. You've seen this before, my giant planner, which lives here. Not what you call portable. Oh, and I've had a couple of instances recently where I've had things that I needed to write down when I've not been in the house, because, you know, we can go out these days. So I bought myself a little baby Hobonichi just so I could see what I thought of it, as to whether I might get a big one. I won't, just saying. I'm not keen on the paper because when I stick washi tape on it, it tends to crease, which is annoying. But I'm enjoying playing with it. So really I haven't done much with it at all. I've just got kind of notes. This is more of my kind of what's happening today, to-do list, etc. But this lives in my handbag. It's small enough to go in my handbag, so if I do need to put any dates in it, I can, and I can carry it around with me. And I've got the beautiful cover, which I think I showed you, didn't I? I don't know whether I already showed you that, in which case I'm really sorry. Anyway, I think that's it from me this week. So I hope you're all okay wherever you are. Take care, and I'll see you next time.
through the centre of the rope. So aluminium. Oh, okay. And then you have to attach
obsessed.
this bit. Oh. It began with a G. It had a G sound. Not quite. Banter. Okay. Alexa, stop.
Where is it?
Absolute silence.
Where is it?
In the fridge.
Babe,
Yeah.
can you grab the sour cream sauce from the fridge?
This could very well be the only bit of vlogging I do, because this is where we are today. So this is the amazing yarn from Laura, who is the lonely knitter, and this is her stall, which I'm having the privilege of running today. Oh, let's see if I pull back, you can sort of see all the lovely yarn. How pretty is that? Meg did a rainbow with it yesterday, so Meg's here helping me. Not that she's made it down yet, bless her. We had a bit of a rough night between my snoring and her wriggling. I don't think either of us got much sleep. So that's the crafter's balm. And then loads of little stitch markers. And then these things are needle stoppers. Aren't they cool? So I think a set of those will be coming home with me today. Can't decide which set just yet. Quite like these. And I quite like these. So either of those two could happen. Yeah. We're nearly there. Oh, so 3 skeins are £50. Need to remember that. A couple of chairs. Look, Laura's doing bats. How cool are they? And Rolex. Bye.